Hello and welcome to another episode of Career Strategies. My name is Rodney Hughes, Mr. 100%. And in today's video, what we're going to talk about is how to get promoted. Okay, so let's say for a second here that you love what it is that you're doing. You love the company that you're a part of, but you want to be able to grow within your company, right? You want to be able to advance your career and make a greater contribution. Well, I'm going to share some strategies with you that can put you in a better position to actually get promoted, because nowadays it seems like it's a little bit more difficult than it used to be, let's say 20, 30 years ago, to actually get promoted. But there are some very specific things that you can do to improve your odds. And so that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Today's video is being brought to you by Interview Prep University. It's a free virtual training platform that's designed to teach you how to exponentially improve your job interview skills. You're going to learn everything you need to know from point A all the way to point Z: how to write a resume, how to go about generating job interviews, how to conduct a telephone interview and virtual interview, how to do an on-site interview effectively, and most importantly, how to get the right type of compensation that you're looking for. I mean, all this stuff is going to be in this course, and you're going to have access to it absolutely free. All you got to do is go to www.interviewprepuniversity.com. Again, that's www.interviewprepuniversity.com, or you can click the link in the description area below. Okay. So again, what we're talking about is how to get promoted. Okay, you're interested in upward mobility, and I'm going to share with you 4 key strategies that you can use that'll put you in a much better position to actually get promoted. Okay, strategy number 1: you got to let people know what your goals are. Okay, it amazes me. I know that might seem pretty elementary to start with, but I assure you, okay, so many people don't do this. Okay, if you are interested in upward mobility, it is a phenomenal idea for your boss to know that you are interested in upward mobility. See, here's what you need to understand, right? Oftentimes, in order for your boss to be able to advance his or her career, she has to be able to replace herself. It's called succession planning. Okay. And so a lot of times what your boss is looking for, whether they're looking to advance their career or not, a good boss is always looking for a leader. A good boss is always looking for someone who is looking to make a broader impact, looking to contribute more. Okay. And so, but it amazes me how many people have never told their boss what their goals are. Okay. It's almost as if sometimes they expect their boss to be like a mind reader. Okay. And just be like, oh, you must be interested in management, right? Well, listen, don't hold your breath. Okay. We live in a world where closed mouths don't get fed. Okay. And so what I would recommend is that, find some time whether it's scheduled on the company's, whether it's scheduled with the company to have like some type of annual check-in or whatever, or not. Listen, I think you should find a way to connect with your boss and say, hey, listen, this is where I see my career going. And I was hoping that I could talk with you about some strategies that we could put in place, or some career pathing that we could put in place, to help me get there so that I can help you accomplish your goals and you can help me accomplish my goals. Okay. That shows initiative. Okay. So that's strategy number 1. You got to let people know what your goals are. Okay. And I'm not just talking about people in general. I'm talking about true decision makers. You need to let the person who owns your company know what it is what your intentions are, and you need to let your boss know what your intentions are, so that way they know which path you're trying to go in with your career. Okay. Strategy number 2: always, and I do mean always, give more value than you expect to receive. Okay. If you want to put yourself in a position to get a promotion, you got to always go over and beyond. Make it a habit. Okay. Because here's the thing, whether you believe in God or not, or whatever, one thing is for sure, right? the rules of nature are pretty certain and pretty exact, right? You get what you give. You understand? Seed time and harvest. Okay. You plant seeds, water it, nurture it, and you get back more than what you planted. Okay. And so you got to look at your career that exact same way, right? You need to invest into your career. You need to make sure that you are giving more than you receive, right? Go over and beyond. Take on more projects than everybody else, right? Depending on how aggressively you want to grow your career, be willing to put in more time than everybody else. You know, when we look at these people who accomplish like unbelievable feats, a lot of times these people work way harder than everybody else. You know, I hear these stories about Kobe Bryant and the work ethic that Kobe Bryant had, and the ferociousness of his work ethic. It was like amazing. Like he used to just practice on a level that, his counterparts weren't willing to do. And that's why he dominated in the games. Okay. And so what you got to do is you got to take what you do seriously. Okay. Even more seriously than you take it now. If you want to be in the best position to get promoted, you got to be willing to outwork everybody. You got to be willing to outgive everybody. You got to be willing to just go over and beyond in order to advance the company. Because when you do that, I assure you, okay, key people are going to be paying attention to what you're doing. Okay. And it's going to create an environment that is conducive for growth. It doesn't guarantee it, but you're in a much better position to get promoted if that's the type of way that you approach your work. Okay. Strategy number 3, be vocal and proactive in solving problems. Okay. So I remember in Robert Greene, who is the author of the 48 Laws of Power, he partnered up with 50 Cent, the rapper. And I remember they ended up doing a book called The 50th Law. And in that book, he ended up, I think my favorite part about that book was when he pretty much said that, look, if you are in a meeting, okay, and the boss comes in and is, trying to solve a problem, and you got the answer to the problem, and there's somebody else, right? You got the perfect answer for the problem, but there's somebody else in the room who has an answer for the problem, but that answer isn't as good as your answer. If you don't raise your hand to help solve that problem, but that other person with the inferior solution raises their hand to solve that problem, then that person deserves to be ahead of you in life. Okay? Now, I may be paraphrasing that book a little bit. Go check it out for yourself, but you'll see what I'm talking about. But the point that I want you to make here, or the point that I'm trying to help you kind of understand, is that you have to be proactive about being out there, being seen. You can't be afraid of what people think about you or how people are going to perceive you, right? If you want to be in a position to be promoted, you have to become more vocal. What's that old saying? The squeaky wheel gets the attention, right? Even if you're not 100% correct, okay? You want to show the initiative. You want to step up. You want to be vocal. You want to be engaged in helping solve problems, okay? Because again, people that are in key positions, whether they're the owner of the business, the CEO of the business, if you have opportunities to be around these leaders in these key situations where real problems are being solved, and you don't have it in you to make it be known that you can help solve the problem, then you're not going to ever really be in a position to get promoted, right? Because you won't get the attention that you need to get promoted. Listen, if you want to get promoted, right, you got to get some attention for yourself. And the best way to get attention for yourself is not say, hey, look at me. No, the best way to get attention for yourself is for you to put yourself out there and be vocal about helping people solve problems. Okay? Because listen, at the end of the day, that's what a business is all about. That's why they hired people in the first place, is to solve problems. Okay. So you want to get promoted, you need to get some attention for yourself so that people can say, oh, wow, man, have you ever noticed how this person is always contributing, right? You got attention for yourself because they're talking about you. Okay. And then fourth, when possible, okay, you need to show your employer a financial plan of where the money's going to come from for your promotion. Okay. Now listen, and that's why I prefaced it with when possible. Okay. Because it's not always possible. Sometimes it could be a little bit difficult, to really be able to do that. But there are some instances where if you really think about what it is that you do, you may be able to see how by you taking on more responsibility, you might be able to put a dollar amount to what it is that you would be doing, which would pretty much create the type of environment where, where they're not going to be paying for your promotion, but the clients are going to be paying for your promotion. You see what I'm saying? Now, again, you can't always do this, but you want to think creatively about it, right? So like if let's say you're a project manager, right? And you're looking for a promotion and, you're working on a lot of different projects and so on and so forth. But then you have this idea of how you can do some project management work in order to bring on new clients, right? And you say, based on bringing on these new clients, I anticipate that I could help bring in an extra $1 million in revenue. And so, if you put together a plan on that, and then when you go in and you say, hey, I wanted to speak with you about potentially getting a promotion. I have a plan of how you can actually pay for my promotion. I have a plan that can bring in an extra $1 million in revenue, and, that would fully take care of the extra 10 or 20 grand that I would need, that I'm asking for when I get promoted. Right? If you do something like that, one thing's for sure, okay, is that people in high up positions are going to be impressed that you actually had the wherewithal to actually go and put that together, okay, and outline that plan. They'll be, at the very least, they'll be impressed by you doing that, okay? But but again, none of these ideas are foolproof as far as guaranteeing that you're going to get promoted in your job. But one thing's for sure, if you're doing all four of these things, you're going to definitely be in a much better position to get the promotion that you're looking for. Okay? Because everything that I just described to you, let them know your goals. Always give them always give more value than you receive. Be vocal and proactive when it comes to solving problems, and show them a financial plan of where the money's going to come from. You do all four of those things, and I promise you're going to be in a much better position to get the outcome that you're looking for. Okay? Listen, I hope you got great value out of this video. If you did, please like this video, comment on this video. Tell me what was the favorite thing that you liked about this video that kind of stood out to you, that maybe was the most eye-opening thing as far as a strategy that you could use to actually get the promotion that you desire. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. You can click on that little red box in the bottom right corner, or you can go ahead and subscribe by clicking on the link in the description area below. And when you do that, make sure you click on that little bell so that way you can be notified every time I drop some new content, because I'm going to be dropping content on a regular basis, and it's going to help you with your career. It's going to help you further your career. All right. Well, listen, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video.